public shaming on social media wrong? And we already talked about why, like with humiliation, usually public. But then when it comes to social media, we all tend to become keyboard warriors because we're not seeing them in person, so we don't really see how it affects them, and we don't really know whether it affects them or not. Sometimes it doesn't, sometimes it does. So is public shaming on social media wrong?
I can go first. I think it is. I think it is. So it depends, right? If we're talking about public shaming as in cancel culture, I feel like a lot of people feel strongly about it because it takes away power or it deplatforms people who shouldn't be using some reach that they already have. If it's, millions or thousands of people and they're not using that responsibly, then I think it's very effective to call them out. But I've also noticed that that's, trickled down into interactions that people just have with everyday people who have maybe, not more than even 1,000 followers, and people are trying to cancel them because, they've made one mistake in their past. And then what's on the internet stays on the internet, and people aren't necessarily, in my experience from what I've seen, they're not trying to educate people. They're trying to, embarrass them almost, or they're trying to make a point or an example out of people. So that's been a slippery slope from what I've seen. I think it's okay, if somebody does something that you don't like, to call them out by sending them a text, privately. And if, nothing's happening, then still respectfully expressing your opinion. But I try to discourage public shaming that is, that's unnecessary. Vyas, what do you have to say?
Yeah, I mean, so when I was thinking about this question, cancel culture came up in my mind, and you very rightly brought that point. So, yeah, when it comes to cancel culture, one aspect which I feel strongly about is in universities. So where there's comedians who refuse to go perform in universities, like comedians, I mean, of all people, they're the most chill in terms of the general public. They can take a joke, they can take a roast, and they are being called out for some joke that they did 10-15 years ago, and just extrapolating that joke into them being labeled as prejudiced and racist and sexist. So that's not a good thing, right? So once someone puts out a tweet from that college, that person is forever banned. Not banned, it just is, not literally, but they just refuse to perform. And that happens across the country and many other places. So I don't especially like that, because the one person I follow, I don't necessarily agree with him all the times, is Bill Maher. So he's this political talk show host / comedian / other things, and he was cancelled about 4 or 5 years ago from UC Berkeley. So there are universities that are deemed as as the ones who fight for democracy, free speech and all those things, but this goes against that. So the public shaming aspect is very strong, especially in social media. So even one tweet can again destroy 15-20 years of your reputation. So it's definitely avoidable. And there are cases where the person who is shaming can also face repercussions for putting that tweet out. So that might backfire on them, where there's people who start calling them out for doing this or digging up their past and saying so it becomes this cycle where once you put it out there, it's there forever. Like you can't delete that.
You just made a point that made me start thinking about, when it's okay to call somebody out versus when it isn't. So from what I've seen, shaming also tends to happen about something that the other person can't control. So either how their body looks or their orientation or, where they're from or the things that they like. If it's somebody's views about something or their, preaching about something, or they're talking about some technical skill, I think it's okay to criticize them or ask questions or say, hey, I don't agree with this. I don't think that constitutes as shaming. But commenting on people's bodies, or putting them down, things that we say are ad hominem attacks. It's not about a skill or something that's separate from the person. It's about who the person is. I think that shaming is not even okay, even if you just text them. If you individually text them, it's still not okay. So I just wanted to make that distinction.
You both bring up excellent points. First one, I'll go with Sia because it's a recent one. If you're going to attack someone, attack their views and not attack the person. Because of that, with attacking views, it's like intellectual discussion. We're attacking a person, you're just a bully there. And then with the cancel culture, with both of you have brought up, I personally do still think that it's sort of wrong to like cancel someone because of something that they said like long time back. But at the same time, it's not unnatural for this culture to have come because of the amount of times, for example, with celebrities, they people think that if they say it's the truth, like they're given the same level of credibility as scientists. So when they say something is wrong and then it goes against your views, sometimes it feels like a personal attack to them. And because of that, it's also very, very easy to lash out because of the technological prowess that and the technological development that has gone through in the past few decades. And that the ease in which we are able to shame someone has definitely played a role. And then, of course, by doing that, you hope that that sort of thing is unacceptable to others as well, because it's unacceptable to you. But why I say all these things, as I said at the start, I still think cancel culture is not always the best way to go about it. And this could just go on a long discussion if we just talk about cancel culture. So we can just stop here.
Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. If you'd like to see more videos on the topic, make sure to check out our playlist where we answer more questions. We'll see you next time.